If you're 60 years old and you've got $800,000 in your 401k, I have some news. That's not $800,000. Not even close. See, every dollar sitting in a pre-tax 401k has a silent partner, the IRS. They haven't collected their share yet, and when you start pulling that money out, they will. A $500,000 balance that's 100% pre-tax, after federal and state income taxes, you're looking at roughly $375,000 to $425,000 of real spending money. That's up to $125,000 that was never really yours. And here's what kills me. Every headline you've ever read about average 401k balances uses the pre-tax number, the big number, the number that makes you feel better than reality. Tonight, I'm going to give you 5 401k targets by age, but I'm not going to give you the same recycled fidelity chart everyone else shows. I'm going to show you the real numbers behind the numbers, what the data actually says, what retirees actually spend, and the one target that everyone chases that's built on an assumption that's been wrong for over a decade. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, what to fix, and 3 moves that could save you tens of thousands in taxes you didn't even know were coming. Quick note, I'm not a financial advisor or government employee. Everything here is for educational purposes only. For your specific situation, always check with a qualified professional. Let's get into it, and we're starting with target number 5. Target 5, age 50, the 6X checkpoint. Fidelity says you should have 6 times your salary by age 50. If you earn $80,000 a year, that's $480,000. Now let me show you what most people actually have. Vanguard tracks 4.6 million 401k accounts. Their 2025 year-end data shows that people aged 45 to 54 have an average balance of about $215,000. Sounds decent, right? But the median, what the person right in the middle actually has, is just $78,730. That's a massive gap, almost 3 times the difference between average and median. Why? Because the top 2.6% of Fidelity's 401k savers are millionaires, about 665,000 people out of nearly 25 million. 1 in every 38 accounts. Their balances pull the average way up, and everyone else looks at that inflated average and thinks they're falling behind. Here's the truth. If you're 50 and you've got $150,000 to $200,000 across your 401k and IRAs, you are ahead of most Americans your age, period. But being ahead of the average doesn't mean you're safe. The real win at 50 isn't the number on your statement. It's whether you flipped the switch on catch-up contributions. In 2026, anyone 50 or older can contribute up to $32,500 per year into their 401k. That's the standard $24,500 plus an $8,000 catch-up. If your total savings rate, your contribution plus your employer's match, isn't at least 15% of your income, that's the single most important thing to fix right now. So now you know target number 5, 6 times your salary by 50. Most people aren't there, but being ahead of the average doesn't mean you're ready, because the next target is where 3 powerful tools unlock at the same time, and one of them is a stealth retirement account hiding in plain sight.
Here's something most financial videos never mention. At age 55, 3 things happen at the same time that can change your entire retirement. Tool number 1, the rule of 55. If you leave your job at 55 or later, you can pull money from that employer's 401k with 0 early withdrawal penalty, no 10% hit. Most people don't know this exists. And here's the part that trips people up. If you roll that 401k into an IRA before you turn 59 and a half, you lose this exception completely. Gone. So if you're 55 to 59 and thinking about leaving your job, do not automatically roll your 401k into an IRA. That rollover could cost you penalty-free access to your own money. Tool number 2, the HSA, the most overlooked retirement account in America. If you're on a high-deductible health plan, the 2026 HSA limits are $4,400 for an individual and $8,750 for a family, plus a $1,000 catch-up once you turn 55. Triple tax-advantaged. Money goes in pre-tax, it grows tax-free, and if you use it for medical expenses, it comes out tax-free too. But here's what almost nobody talks about. After age 65, you can pull money from your HSA for anything, not just medical bills, anything. It gets taxed like a regular IRA withdrawal, but there's no penalty. It's basically a backup retirement account with a medical bonus. Fidelity found that only 15% of people aged 55 to 64 even have an HSA, and 52% of those who do have no idea it works this way. Tool number 3. Start splitting your contributions between pre-tax and Roth. Here's the myth. You have to pick one or the other, pre-tax or Roth. Here's the truth. The smartest savers use both, because in retirement, having two wallets, one the IRS can tax and one may can't, gives you control over your tax bill that one wallet never can. Check if your plan offers a Roth 401k option. If it does, start directing at least some of your contributions there. You'll thank yourself in your 70s. Vanguard's median 401k for ages 55 to 64 is $107,269. The average is $305,006. If you're near that median, these three tools are how you close the gap, not by panicking, by being strategic. Now, here's the number on your mind. $800,000 at 60. I'm about to show you what that number actually buys you in retirement, and the answer involves a 30-year-old research finding that almost nobody talks about. Target number 3, age 60, the $800,000 question. This is why you clicked. Fidelity's benchmark says you should have 8 times your salary by age 60. If you earn $100,000, that's $800,000. It's right there on the thumbnail. So let's test it. What does $800,000 actually give you? At the traditional 4% rule, you could withdraw about $32,000 per year, but Morningstar just updated their safe withdrawal rate for 2026. It's now 3.9%. At that rate, your $800,000 generates about $31,200 a year. Add the average Social Security benefit for 2026, which is $2,071 per month, or about $24,850 per year, and you're looking at roughly $56,000 in total gross income. Is that enough? Here's where it gets interesting. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released their latest spending data in December 2025. Households headed by someone 65 to 74 spend an average of $65,354 per year. Ages 75 and older, just $55,834. And here's the research finding that changes everything. A financial planner named David Blanchett published a study in the Journal of Financial Planning. He found that real retiree spending declines about 1% every single year. By age 84, the average retiree is spending 26% less than they did at 65. Not because they're suffering, because they're driving less, eating out less, buying less stuff. It's called the retirement smile, and it means the 10x rule, which assumes your spending stays flat forever, is overshooting for most people. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Picture Janet and Robert from Georgia. Both 60, combined 401k balances $780,000. They looked at Fidelity's chart and thought they were behind. Their combined income was $140,000. 8 times that would be over $1 million.
But when they mapped their actual expenses, mortgage paid off, kids done with college, no commute costs, their real spending need was $58,000 a year, not $140,000. With Social Security for both of them covering about $43,000, their 401k only needs to generate about $15,000 a year. That changed everything for them, and it might change everything for you. Your action step at 60. Stop measuring yourself against a salary multiple. Map your actual expected retirement expenses. The gap between what the rules say you need and what you'll actually spend could be tens of thousands of dollars. Before I show you target number 2, drop a comment right now. How close are you to your age target? Are you ahead, right on track, or playing catch-up? I read every single comment. Now here's what's coming next. There's a brand new window between ages 60 and 63 that most people are about to completely waste, and it could be worth over $100,000. Target number 2, age 63, the super catch-up sweet spot. This target is about a tool that didn't exist 2 years ago. Secure 2.0 created something called the super catch-up. Between ages 60 and 63, and only those ages, you can contribute up to $35,750 per year into your 401k in 2026. That's $3,250 more per year than the regular over 50 catch-up. 4 years, that's all you get. At 64, the super catch-up disappears, and you drop back to the regular $32,500 limit. Now here's the twist most people miss. If you earned more than $150,000 in wages last year, your catch-up contributions must go into a Roth 401k, not pre-tax, Roth. That's the law starting in 2026. Your first reaction might be frustration. Your paycheck gets smaller because Roth contributions don't lower your taxable income today. But think about what's really happening. Every dollar going into Roth grows tax-free, comes out tax-free. No required minimum distributions, no tax torpedo, no IRMAA surcharges. You're paying the tax now at a rate you can see, instead of later at a rate you can't control. Let me give you the math. If you max the super catch-up for all 4 years, 60 through 63, and those contributions earn 7% annually, that's well over $100,000 added to your retirement by age 67. And if it's in Roth, that's $100,000 the IRS will never touch. Not at 73, not at 83, not at 93. One thing to watch, between 60 and 65, you don't have Medicare yet. You're buying health insurance on the ACA marketplace or through COBRA. The enhanced premium subsidies expired at the end of 2025. So if your income goes above roughly $62,600 as a single filer, you could lose thousands in premium help. That means you have to balance Roth conversions and super catch-up contributions against your healthcare costs. Don't optimize your taxes and accidentally blow up your insurance premiums. Work with someone who can see both sides. The real target at 63 isn't just a dollar amount. It's making sure you used every single year of this 4-year window, because once it's gone, it's gone. So now you know the super catch-up, but there's one more target left, and this is the big one, the number everyone quotes, 10 times your salary by 67. I'm about to show you why that rule is built on an assumption most people have never questioned. Target number 1, age 67, the 10x illusion. This is the target everyone talks about, 10 times your salary by 67. If you earn $100,000, that means $1 million. The financial industry prints this number on every retirement chart in America, and almost nobody asks the question that matters. Where does it actually come from?
Fidelity built this benchmark using Monte Carlo simulations. They assumed you save 15% of your income starting at age 25. They assumed 1.5% real wage growth. They assumed a 45% income replacement rate from your savings. Social Security covers the rest. And they assumed your spending stays flat every year for the rest of your life. We already proved that's wrong. Blanchett's research shows spending drops 1% per year. BLS data confirms it. Ages 55 to 64 spend $84,946. Ages 65 to 74 spend $65,354. Ages 75 and up spend $55,834. Flat spending is the foundation of the 10x rule, and the foundation has a crack in it. Now, does that mean the 10x rule is useless? No, it's a starting direction. But Fidelity themselves say it only works for incomes between $50,000 and $300,000. Below that range, Social Security replaces so much of your income that you need less than 10x. Above it, Social Security replaces so little that you need more. Here's the part that really matters. Even if you hit the 10x target, the tax structure of your savings determines whether you actually get to keep it. Let me show you what happens at age 73 with a $1 million pre-tax 401k. Required minimum distributions kick in. The IRS says you must withdraw at least 3.77%, about $37,700, whether you need it or not. That's forced taxable income. Stack that on top of Social Security. Up to 85% of your Social Security becomes taxable once your combined income exceeds $34,000 as a single filer or $44,000 as a married couple. Those thresholds have never been adjusted for inflation, not once since 1993. So your stated 12% tax bracket, it can behave like 22%. Your 22% bracket, it can act like 40%. Financial planners call this the tax torpedo, and it hits hardest in your 70s, exactly when most people think they're done worrying about taxes. And it gets worse. If your modified adjusted gross income crosses $109,000 as a single filer or $218,000 as a couple, Medicare charges you extra. It's called IRMAA. $1 over the line and your premiums jump by over $1,100 a year, and it's based on your income from 2 years ago. A Roth conversion you did at 71 can raise your Medicare costs at 73. This is why the number on your 401k statement is an illusion. $1 million pre-tax is not $1 million. But here's the good news, and this is the most important part of this entire video. The years between retirement and age 73, your so-called gap years, are the highest leverage window you'll ever get. Your income is lower, your tax bracket drops, and you can convert chunks of pre-tax money into Roth, paying today's lower rate instead of tomorrow's unknown rate.
Fill up the 12% bracket, fill up the 22% bracket if the math works. Every dollar you convert now is a dollar that will never trigger RMDs, never torpedo your Social Security, and never push you into IRMAA territory. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed in July 2025 made the current tax brackets permanent and added a $6,000 senior deduction for people 65 and older through 2028. That makes right now, 2026 through 2028, one of the best Roth conversion windows in a generation. The real target at 67 isn't 10 times your salary. The real target is building 3 buckets, pre-tax, Roth, and a regular taxable account, so you can control which wallet you pull from every single year. That's not a number, that's a strategy, and it's the difference between hoping your money lasts and knowing it will. Here's your mantra for this video. Write this down. The right target isn't a number on a chart. It's a plan that puts you in control of every dollar and every tax bracket for the rest of your life. Let me ask you something. Do you know someone, a friend, a brother, a neighbor, who's quietly staring at their 401k balance and wondering if it's enough? Share this video with them right now. It could save them thousands they didn't know they were about to lose. Drop a comment below. Which of the 5 targets surprised you most? Was it the wealth illusion, the super catch-up, the tax torpedo? Tell me, I read every single one. If you're building retirement income and want to stay ahead of changes like this, subscribe to this channel. I cover everything that protects your income, grows your savings, and keeps the IRS from taking more than they should. And next time, I'm breaking down the exact Roth conversion math, step by step, so you can see how much to convert, when to do it, and how to stay under the IRMAA cliff. You don't want to miss that one. I'll see you in the next video.